I'm Darren Bott, interior designer and aviation fanatic.
And I'm Sweeney Gray, journalist, and this is the Interior Podcast.
Emphasis on tea, as we spill the tea on all things design, home and construction.
Locally, regionally, and even internationally. So join us as we spill the tea.
Let's talk color and paint with Jason Williams from Extreme Painting Limited. I think when we're done, you would rush to finishes on painted walls or even change the color palettes. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Interior Podcast. You know, we stress on the tea because we are spilling the tea. All things interior, all things construction, all things home.
Not just here in Trinidad and Tobago, but in the Caribbean and possibly the wider world because we have a lot of tea to spill.
We do. How was your week?
Oh my God, it was so busy. It was so busy. But this is actually a very good way to kind of wrap up my work week and into my official vacation week.
Fantastic.
So, you know, having a nice chat about all things interior and design
and drinking some tea.
Oh my God, what are we drinking today?
Well, let's find out. Let's introduce our guest. Let's see what his tea is.
Yes, Jason.
And everyone will know how blessed we are today having this tea.
Well, lovely Paradise Punch I'm having here.
Okay.
I won't be really content though, because it's a little tough, it's a little rough.
It sounds like it has some,
I love it.
It sounds like it has some punch in it.
Slight punch up.
Sounds like a little punch or something.
Slight punch up.
Because we're bougie, penchant.
That's right, not punching. Where's that?
Yeah. So we're being joined by Jason Williams of Extreme Painting Limited.
That's
Jason,
correct.
welcome to the Interior Podcast.
Thank you for being here, sir.
Thanks for having me.
So, why do we have? What is Extreme Painting Limited? What does your business do, Jason?
Well, we are general painting contractors, but we do more than that.
Oh, yes.
Refurbishing, you name it. Something like a home improvement kind of something.
Okay.
Right, so we just come in the paint, we can refer it to people that get things done.
Right.
Whether it be interior, remodeling, whatever the case may be, gypsum, whatever. Anything construction, more or less.
But that's a very specific skill set and
That's
an area
right.
that you're into. So how did you get into this particular business? Because nobody really very few people, unless you're family in the industry, you get them like, I want to get into painting.
Absolutely not.
You know?
I have no family in the construction actually.
Not even construction.
No.
Okay.
My family was a garage, a auto garage.
Right.
They paint cars and stuff like that.
Right.
Paints.
So that's where you started.
No, well, I hear my grandfather was a painter. I never met him, an old Bajan dude was a painter. That's what I heard, so it was probably hereditary.
So you could be related to Rihanna.
No, I am quarter Bajan. I could apply for citizenship over there. Watch my slide.
No, slackness, apply.
Yeah,
Because we
apply.
all about regional
If you listen to
integration.
Go on.
We want that thing. We want.
Yeah, we all about regional
Exactly.
integration. So apply.
Exactly. So, where you want to get into ministry?
Yeah, tell us. I mean,
Well, I was the plastic guy. I started off in plastic.
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 When I get a chance, look up at Answer Polymer. There's a big plastic manufacturing company in China. You may not know the name, but they are huge. They probably manufacture half of the plastic bags in all the supermarkets.
Okay.
That's why I started off actually. And they own Penta Paints, the Answer Group. At the time it was just Penta and Answer Polymer before they acquired Sissons and Berger. So I always used to go in the lab and peep to see what these paint guys up to. And I decided to apply for a transfer, and that was the day. I was in 1999.
Wow.
Okay.
I was a young and I was like 19 years old at that time.
19.
Yeah, and I decided to apply for the transfer, yeah.
I was 2 years into secondary school.
Oh damn, I finished in 98. Yeah boy, so I just made the transition from plastic to paint, and boy oh boy.
And that was the best thing that
Of
ever
course,
happened to you.
of course, the best ever.
So when they said you transferred to paint, you transferred to
Because it's
paint
one company.
department.
Yeah, it's one company, so you could
That
apply
was
for a
Penta.
transfer. Yeah, so I
Okay.
transferred from Polymer to Penta in
Wow.
99, and then the training was rigid.
Okay.
You didn't just jump in and start in the mix paint. You do color aptitude test, color blindness test, all these kind of things. So
Of
to
course.
watch my slide.
And of course, color theory
Of
and
course,
all of that.
of
okay,
course.
okay.
So it's not a matter of just painting. You have to get technical. That is my
I have
thing.
many questions to ask you about all of those things.
What is that problem?
Because I mean, I met Jason in 2013 when he was at Agostini
Yeah,
Interiors.
but we there for 15 years.
Wow.
Actually.
Because I was
Yeah.
put on to him by one of our mutual friends. I think it was David.
David Dewar.
David Dewar.
Mr. Mass, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Mr. Designer.
I have never turned back.
From since then?
I went to Jason for everything. Every painting project. We mix paints, we created
colors.
Okay.
Colors that, like
that is my thing.
anything that was
Invented
not there,
colors.
we were able to create colors. I can go there, I can just say, here, I have this particular project, I need help.
Right.
Jason shows up, I think this will work, I think that will work. And we just collaborated well, and
But it's
it's literally this is 9 years. I know Jason for 9 years.
I passed like nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a very specific, and it's nice that you have that very specific skill set and can offer that kind of expertise.
course.
And of course, in talking to you, you have a very clear opinion.
Yeah,
So
very.
there's no, doubt
No,
about
no.
what you think on certain things, which is great because
You give
your
it to
clients
straight.
need straightforward
You need to be honest
advice.
with the clients also too.
Always.
Don't bullshit them. Be straight.
Yeah.
And they appreciate that more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's money they're spending.
Exactly.
Spending money, and then clients hate when you come later down the road, Mr. X, Mrs. Y, I feel we need to,
You could and
or
you
we
should
have to do this. Why didn't you tell me this from the
Get them
get-go?
it up front.
Why didn't you tell me that this can't work?
Yes.
Son? And working with Jason, one of the main things I've seen is, boy, that can't work. We had to think of something else. We had to do something else.
Because
So
that plan
Leon,
be one thing.
You have all your hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
And Jason coming with the
Nah,
cold water
because-
one time.
If you're looking for longevity, so I look at the best possible recommendation. You know what I mean?
So let's talk about brands and painting. I know, I need help, right? But I know about Berger, I know about Benjamin Moore, I know about Sissons. Do brands matter?
It does matter a lot.
Why?
First and foremost, we live in the tropics. So what you find happening behind the scenes is that a lot of the, I wouldn't call any names, a lot of the foreign brands, they can't stand up to we climate. We have
Right.
high this UV content, high humidity. They can't stand up to the tropics because they contain antifreeze in a lot of these foreign paints.
Okay.
That is designed for winter, summer, autumn, spring. Not here. Here is rain and sun.
We have
rain and sun.
dry and rain.
We are dry and wet. They really cater for that. So that is why you might find a local paint standing out better to the atmosphere in Trinidad and Tobago actually.
But tell us, I can put my head on a block. Every client, we have to go to the foreign paints. We have to go to the foreign paints.
The variety is where they catch them. Because one palette have like 6,000 plus colors.
Right.
Right? So come on.
Yeah.
You're going to run that way.
So this is them just choosing an international paint company without understanding that, hey, this is not really for our region.
No. You may going based on name.
Yeah.
Right? This one had a name, this one going with that because that's what trending. But when you get to the technical part is where you realize, hey, we could have go local and survive longer.
But they don't get to that part, you know. They
No,
don't get to that if
it's
they never
about
sit down with
sales.
you.
That's
So,
why you know me from sales.
Yeah.
You know you couldn't sell paint like me.
yeah.
No. I will tell you something. Massy Stores, I could call it Massy Stores. I invented the orange and the blue for Massy Stores.
Okay.
Myself and my manager, Dane Black. I don't know if you remember Dane.
Yes, yeah.
We formulated those colors
Right.
because
Or we have a celebrity in our midst.
And?
No, if you go to
Yeah,
Marriott
that's
Hotel,
colors.
all the wooden fixtures in Marriott, I invented the wood stain for that.
Nice.
That was our process. We
Nice.
spoiled about probably 2-3 gallons of product, but
So
you
just
know,
testing.
Yeah, that's
and
testing.
understanding.
But it's about product, it's about longevity.
Yeah.
So sometimes name doesn't really mean nothing. Now, if you don't know the behind the scenes, name doesn't really mean jack. Trust me.
Because I've had some clients who did research. You know, when people
Yeah.
tell you
Yeah.
they did research nowadays, it's like, listen, you just went on Google, put in a few keystrokes,
No problem.
and you telling me about you did research.
The hands-on, brother.
You understand?
Hands-on, brother.
One of the clients told me, one of the brands is the best. One of the international brands is the best. Is number one.
Yeah.
He went by number one company. Number one said, yes, we are number one. The other one is number 15. But the number 15 is saying they're number one. That's how we go.
It's
So
about
these are
sales too.
international people.
Yeah.
And nobody in Trinidad understands where they actually stand.
No.
And all the while, the local paint companies are just watching you. And I think people associate these local brands to low budget projects?
Lesser quality.
Not necessarily.
And that's
If
not
If
true.
you do your homework and your background check,
So why is cornered? Because
Because
as
it's
soon as
made-
I
it's made in
mention
Trinidad, that's
Sissons,
why.
if I mention
It's made in
Sissons, so
Trinidad.
Jason will say we painted with Sissons.
Mm-hmm.
And if I say we painted with Sissons, our clients will
Yeah.
throw their hands.
nah,
Yeah.
you know that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah.
You want SW, we want Benjamin,
We
or
want
whatever.
Benjamin, we
Yeah.
want PPG, we want this, we want. I don't want them local things. So
but-
it's as though they're cornered because to me they associate that with a low income something
Because it's locally
Yeah.
manufactured.
because it's locally manufactured. You understand?
Some of the best lab technicians come from Answer Potens have been related.
Okay.
They do
Okay.
the most research.
and they don't know this.
They don't
what
know this.
So what does extreme painting actually do? Are you taking the paints from Sissons and custom
we
blending?
we work with clients. If you need, I used to mix paint before at Agassi Interiors, right? That was my
Right.
thing. I was the color technician. But we do contracting. So you hire us. If you spec your product, I'll just guide you accordingly. I work with your budget.
Right.
And I'm gonna force nothing down your throat. Like, hey,
Right.
let me go showing, let me go there now, whatever.
Yeah.
We have used almost every
We
paint
use-
available over the last
You know why everything?
9-10 years.
Okay.
So from
Yeah.
we use the entire spectrum. Because
Everybody
each,
gets a chop.
Each project required a different type of paint.
Correct.
Right.
So some ceiling paints are good with the local brands
Yeah.
and not with the foreign brands.
Correct.
And we have literally, I have gone searching in different hardwares looking for particular local ceiling paints, and then we would paint the walls in a particular primer, and then we would use, because the clients want this particular international brand, we will use the international
problem.
brand. So we have literally mixed and matched and
Sample everything.
sampled
Every
everything.
possible thing. I think we use.
Yeah, I think.
It's funny to me, and I'm really grateful that we're having this conversation because I thought we just care about the color and how pretty it is, and all
Well,
them paints do
some
the same work.
people care about the color. Some other people care about the brands. But when it
Yeah.
comes to more professionalism, so if I want a particular brand or I want a particular something, I know from experience, Jason will say that character.
When I now finish a project, a nice flat house in Vancouver. The client wanted a
This is Cuba, Trinidad for all of those who
Trinidad.
are
Cuba,
Listening.
Trinidad.
listening outside of
Trinidad and
Trinidad.
Tobago.
This is a fluorescent orange type of thing that they want. Because the house is located on a corner.
For the house.
So this was
For
for the
the-
planes to see that they
Right.
that they in Trinidad.
The orange house in the corner, right? So
For
automatically,
the outside walls.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The house.
I'm sorry. All you need to time
Yes.
time out. You know.
but the client doesn't live here.
No, but fluorescent.
So
Yeah, bright, it's a bright orange.
Oh, so
Bright
the
orange.
client wanted to see his house on
No, she sent
on
she
Google
sent
Maps.
me 4 options. Boy, Google Maps is a joke. She sent me a couple of options. I said, hey, hold on. I ain't not painting the house in that orange, man, because that. All right, 1 month in.
We in April.
We in April, May, June, July, right? August. I paint over. I been related.
Because it will bleach out.
Come on.
No, but I didn't even care about bleach out.
So-
But and we great. No, but you should have tell her paint it.
Nah,
because
nah, I
by
wouldn't do
August,
that. I
because
wouldn't do
by
that.
August it's looking better because fluorescent.
I would never. Bright. It was
Am
bright.
But-
I the only person traumatized
That
by
was
she
our
wanted
main
to paint
option.
the house fluorescent orange?
Because she's a very flamboyant, well-dressed person. She like colors. So I said, nah.
I don't mind. I
Let's
like
go
colors
subtle.
too.
Let's go subtle.
Oh my
Subtle
god.
is longevity.
Yes.
You ain't painting till 2024, 2025. That kind of thing. Anything
So-
bright, stay away from the bright as much as you could.
So since you bring us to this topic, let's talk about colors, right?
No problem, hit me.
Let's talk about colors. So what colors are we looking for ideally for the exterior of the home? I actually quite like that people are being adventurous with their colors. I draw the line at fluorescence, but
Bright,
I quite like people
But
being...
Jason painted a black house the other day.
Oh yeah, I said I'm the Black House champion, yes.
He painted an entire black.
I'm the Black House
exterior.
champion.
So we move from fluorescent to black. No, I actually like the idea of black, but...
That client is my good friend.
And
But-
Listen to me.
this is a hell, like, you will, like, if we give you stories, so like, I'm looking out the window right now.
Yeah.
So you have a mauve house.
Yes.
You have that's supposed to be a greenhouse, but it's washed out.
Yes.
You have a white, you have dark blue, then you have a lighter blue. So you see, like, it's just
No,
a lot
There's
of
a,
people.
there's a variety.
There is a variety, but then there are also some people who are afraid of color.
Thank you very much,
They're
sir.
afraid of trying things.
But let's go back to this black house because
That is my good friend.
But like I
As a
said,
personal project.
you try to traumatize me with the fluorescent orange.
Yeah, I
Because
talk about
black.
the orange.
How do you? But how practical is a black house in our super duper hot, dry season?
It is pretty practical. It does nothing to the interior of the house, temperature-wise. No, absolutely
But
nothing.
that paint staying. You
Of
don't
course.
have to paint over.
Huh?
The sun not bleaching that black,
Take jamming. It take a real jamming.
and it not so it's
Trust
not
me.
gray. It's not gray
Right
by
now-
August.
No, I can get the camera footage and send it to you right now. if
I
you wanna see it.
feel we're gonna have to share.
I feel like we have to
this
put that
house.
in the
No, because we've been doing research for like
for
Yes.
after.
6 months prior to painting that house.
Right.
We drive through the whole Lanch Park.
Uh-huh.
Whole of Shogun is looking for colors.
Yes.
He said, Jason, paint your house black.
Ooh.
I said, black. I said, matte black.
Ooh.
He hit me.
Uh-huh.
Listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Listen to me.
I like clients.
That is the most talked about house in Oasis Greens.
Yep. Yep.
Everybody and their mother stopped by the house.
It
This
would
man is a
have to-
Obia man. I said, no, think out of the box, son.
I
Obia
like
man thing.
that. This one is
Can I- you know, they
like
associate that
on
with
this,
Obia.
on this podcast, huh? So
we not afraid. Yeah.
we
Nah,
not-
that black house.
We ain't afraid of Obia.
The roof
So
black, the walls black,
Wow.
everything black.
So how long has this house had its black painting? How long?
2020 Christmas. 2020 Christmas.
And what's the maintenance on that?
The maintenance is not bad because, I mean, other areas, other wrong was under construction. So, of course, they all get dirty. But a little
Yeah.
light pressure wash and every
Some
good.
dust and
And you go to go there.
I know we have this culture of painting over every Christmas.
Yeah.
Is that something that he has to
No,
do?
we never touch the house yet. Because he know that construction actually too. So the house pretty dusty and everything. But once you
Yes.
pass that, like a like 2000 PSI, pressure wash on that, and you coat over, you go to go there.
Wow.
The roof, everything jet black. Only
Yeah.
surface, everything jet black.
So you just brought up a very good point.
Yeah.
We love to repaint our home
Yeah.
every year. I remember my father saying, somebody from either Pento assistants back in the day,
Old school.
they told him, why Trinity's like to do this? He said, we don't mind them because we getting money.
Yeah,
But
but
the paint stands up.
yes.
Why do we have to paint every year? I mean, let's not get into changing curtains and doing these things every year. You have a house, a linen closet full of curtains that you don't touch.
Exactly.
But-
They're smelling musty.
When we're talking about paint, it's every year. Every year you want to paint. Why have to repaint? What
Listen.
are your thoughts on that? Like when people tell you about that, like what do you tell them?
What's our favorite word in Trinidad? Touch up.
Yes.
That do exist in my vocabulary. Yeah, touch.
Because
You
when
cannot touch up nothing.
Yes, exactly.
That's bullshit. You can't touch up nothing.
Correct. Because when
So
I
say
paint
you're
your
painting
house.
or you're not painting.
I join a reference. Right, it was April. I paint your house April. May, June, July, August, September, October. I have a girl and I paint rest down there for 5 months, right? Pigment will settle. You stir up the paint, it will not be identical to the color you have on the wall.
Okay.
Because with wear and tear,
Yes.
with temperature changes, especially exterior.
Yeah.
I touch that paint that rest down for 5 months on your whole paint, it's chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
You do a flash, you do a one coat, you don't touch up. Touch up is this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
So now you have patches of now you have a quilt.
You have a quilt.
on your wall.
You have a nice plaid design on your wall because
So-
you Trinidadians, we like the touch up.
We love to touch
Make
up.
the house look nice. And you don't.
But then the funny
don't
thing
do that.
is, when you hire, so Jason is a professional. He knows the science behind painting.
Yes.
However, there are some people who, I could do that cheaper. You know, the
Yeah.
people, they will go hire the gentleman. He comes and touches up, and then you cuss out the man.
Yeah.
Why not looking so?
Yeah.
Why
It's
not
not
this?
his fault.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
He is now using.
We have worked on projects like that before.
Yeah.
Right.
Where we fix people, myself and I, we fix
Yeah.
people.
We fix
Mistakes.
their
Yeah.
mistakes. We fix the issues, and it's only because that settles. There are some people who would take paint from a year or two ago and believe that it will work. There are also times, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, we can have a specific color now, and we go back to the color shop
Yeah.
and mix it, and it's a variation.
It's called a batch inconsistency. You will get it. Every time paint is manufactured, it's a new batch. So when they dispense your base, some of the levels may be a little off. The batch mix will be off.
So now
They can't stop that.
you have a quilt again.
You have a quilt again. So this
So-
is why we recommend a one coat.
So tell me something. If I buy my paint, I paint my house, I have some paint leave over.
No
I
problem.
discard.
No, don't discard it.
What to do with it?
When we come back again, we give you a little one coat. We ain't going to touch up nothing.
So you see,
Okay.
the
You
importance is
understand?
giving a one.
Don't show with the paint, not
no
with the paint.
touch-ups.
But you
Okay.
can't touch up.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend that at all.
Okay.
But you
So you
will
just
see.
roll out
Yes.
one coat.
You just
throughout
roll over the entire
wall.
surface.
Yes.
And you got to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
okay.
got to go.
And of course, maybe we respect culture. Culture is important. Sometimes we do things that can't be explained in simple language, but maybe the painting every year is not necessary.
It really is.
No, it's not.
I mean, and perfect way to segue into this particular question: accent walls.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
How? Because I mean, in most of my newer projects, we have no more accent walls.
Well, you know what took over accent walls, right? What came back into
The wallpaper.
wallpaper take over accent walls. So
So-
accent walls
so
are really no
that's-
more.
That's a really
To be
interesting
honest.
conversation
So
to have
accent
because
walls are no more. We
Yeah.
paint.
I haven't
one
painted an
colour
accent wall.
in
Uh-huh.
forever.
Well, I mean, on
Well,
the exterior,
well, intentionally then.
if your walls are staggered on your house on the exterior, you can do an accent. You'll get
Yeah.
accent on the
So you
exterior,
can
but
have
interior,
that accent in the
hardly.
columns or these things.
hardly.
So you
hardly,
haven't done
hardly.
an accent wall in how long?
Internal, a
Yeah.
while.
Wow.
Yeah, we go one color scheme.
Like
Yeah.
like
Because
over
you're gonna
under
get
5
your
years?
accents.
Look on that 5 years, like about 3-4 years.
Okay.
I know,
Okay.
I don't mind do accent.
Because to me, you're gonna get your accent with your rock color.
No, there's accent pieces
your
there.
accessories,
Your rugs, your
all
plants,
these different things
yeah.
around.
Your paintings,
They
everything.
create
That's your accent now.
That's your accent. But as Jason rightly said, wallpaper.
Now wallpaper,
Wallpaper is
come out of
coming
the bang,
back.
boy.
And
I think
Does
it
wallpaper
reach.
work in Trinidad?
What do you mean?
yeah,
Of
yeah,
course.
man.
We like wallpaper.
We love
course.
wallpaper. We love
love
it.
Some people may not like the price, but
Right.
but they're cheap.
If it's one thing about wallpaper, the price may be a bit prohibitive,
Uh-huh.
but it's worth it. It's a great investment because it's there. I know, like, so we wouldn't paint the wall and then put wallpaper. We'll probably just prime it.
You just put a prime
And
based on the wallpaper guy come
But
and
there are
do
different types of wallpaper. There's your stick and peel. There's the paste. There's different types of.
You know, it's kind of embossed ones like that.
Wall-
It's Mr.
yeah.
Expensive. The cork
And
material.
yeah, wallpaper is endless. Like the options are endless. If you think paint was
Yeah.
endless,
Yeah.
wallpaper is endless. So you
Yeah,
can
that's a
flip
fact.
through and you're going and you're going and you're going and you're like, all right, I am confused. But then you
Even
use
though
it.
this guy uses it a lot. Mark.
Yeah. This is
Mark
Mark.
Van Crees, I want
This
people.
is Mark Hadid from Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony Interiors, yeah.
Yes.
He's a wallpaper fanatic.
Right.
He's another excellent Trinidad and Tobago son. He's an interior designer and he loves using his wallpaper and they look great
right.
because
Plenty character.
You see it and it's and he
So there's a character.
lots
It
of
brings
character
seamless,
he
yeah.
builds into that space. Because again, this is another thing. A lot of people, when you mention wallpaper, they kind of jump because they feel 1970.
With the flowers.
Yeah,
And the
Yeah.
vine.
they think
Yeah.
about a kind of Woodstock vibe or some
It,
kind
it
of thing.
sounds
Hippie.
old
Yeah,
it
and
sounds
musty
hippie.
to
Yeah.
me.
But the new wallpaper.
Nah, new wallpaper going crazy.
Because
boy.
firstly, if you're
Crazy.
spending that amount of money,
On a road.
What amount of
it's
money?
amazing.
Give me
So
a
I mean,
range.
all right, so you're gonna get wallpaper. Some people have $35 a square foot, $50 a square foot, $55
right?
TT dollars.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
The square
Okay.
foot is at 12 by 12.
And that is 12 by 12 inches.
Okay.
That's not
Then
plenty.
the installation fee.
Then you have to do installation.
Right.
Then you also have to think about shipping costs.
Because it's not being made here.
No.
It has to come in.
Nah, we
And
just
it has to come in
from
your
Miami.
specific size. So they have to, okay,
Like
okay,
about
okay.
half roll of wallpaper.
No, you can't.
Nah.
So,
A whole roll.
so
Oh my God.
wallpaper is, yeah, I like it's something that's coming in. Yes, guys, my neighbors are still doing work next door.
Hopefully we get to install some wallpaper over there.
Well, I hope so, because the amount of work they're doing, they need
Yes,
to
you
hire
know.
both of us, you understand?
So Extreme Painting does consultancy with wallpaper as well.
But not really, you know.
Okay.
I will refer Darren, I'll refer Mark and these other guys. I work with a girl named Asha too now and again I'll refer her. You know. I work with Jalali Interiors also too. So I'll refer my little interior circle.
Yes.
So that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't stretch my hand carry it, you know what I mean? Gotta move smart.
We don't like the octopus life.
Nah. Me about that.
Nah, life too short. We
And
you
then
need
your
to.
name easy to just think of.
Right, because one error, so we need
That is a day
one
partner.
error.
One error. It's all over.
Where you murdered a pet
Right?
or did something crazy because you bit off too much.
So the jam in the section.
And there are lots of fellas out there, lots of contractors who, instead of perfecting particular trades,
Your master craft, yeah.
Yeah.
you are this one person. You're an electrician, you're a plumber, you're a tiler, you're a gypsum
Yeah.
installer, you're a painter, you are this, and you want to be designer too. And it's like, and then when you walk through the project, tiles are uneven. The wall ain't looking good because they painted it stupidly. The vanity looks wonky. You have they cut the tile bad for the electrical outlets. It's like we need to know where our talents and where our skills and where our expertise lie.
But they have a niche, you know?
Perfect it. Stick with it. I understand you want to do everything, but we don't need to get into all that. Because I am convinced they don't care what people say about them. Well, I mean, we shouldn't care what people say about us, but then when it comes to our profession, our professional name,
that's your bread and butter.
that's your bread and butter.
Come
on. So we know, all right, we are painters. We know where we know where we draw the line.
Yeah, I think it can be hard for entrepreneurs to know. All right, this is my skill set, and yes, you're offering me additional money to do things, but this is not in my wheelhouse, so I can't really give you value for money.
So this is why I created a pool. My pool deep.
Yeah.
I ain't boasting, no.
It's not a shallow pool.
It take years to build a pool.
Yes.
But my pool deep.
I love it.
So what you call for, I pull in.
So let's talk about this depth of experience and you know, clients have their color preferences. So how do you help clients choose the perfect color for them? What are some of the questions that you're asking?
Ask a lot of questions, boy. First, what mood you in today? Simple as that.
Right.
What you're feeling for? What
So
color
we
is
cut from the same cloth, eh?
Yeah, boy. Because these are very much a lot of questions that you ask when
this
you
is
do
why
your stuff.
I tell you about me. The counter used to be like about, let me see, the counter was about 18 feet where I used to work.
Yeah.
18 feet of customers line up waiting for Jason.
Wow.
You understand? So
if you get there at the wrong time,
you have to wait.
You understand?
You have to wait.
Yeah.
I used to get personal with the customers. I ain't rude on out of place, but I feel you out. And that's how colors just come in.
Okay.
Exactly. I have some other questions. If you have a lot of greenery around and that kind of thing, you know, so you'll know what direction to head with your color. You're just pulling out there like this one. No. You gotta get personal with the client. If they have kids, all these kind of things. What texture? What finish? Because maintainability is a serious thing. Eggshell finishes on walls are very important for maintenance, not flat.
Yes.
You carry clean, flat, and that kind of thing. So a lot of questions you have to ask.
Okay, Jason. That is actually a really good way to
take a pause.
Yes.
Right. We took a short break because again, the neighbors workman. loud. But we're back. And Jason was just talking about the finishes on the wall. Like you heard something called satin. A lot of us, what is satin? Because I mean, I'm in the industry, so I know.
Yeah.
So now we're introducing this to Suini. Talking about we have your satin finish, you have your matte finish, you have your high gloss finish. Like, what are these things? What, like, when people come to you, what do you suggest to them?
Well, in most cases, I ask what surface they're applying the product to.
So whether it's concrete wall,
concrete, gypsum, plysim, or whatever. And for gypsum per se, we don't ever recommend something with a sheen for gypsum. They go matte to hide whatever little imperfections.
Yeah.
Concrete, they go eggshell. Because you know concrete is a little more rigid than the gypsum. So
and
you can clean the surface. Very slight sheen.
Is eggshell the same as satin?
No.
Okay.
Satin is a higher sheen than eggshell. What crazy sheen is the amount of resin, the resin content in the base.
Right, yes,
right?
Of course.
So matte finishes has no resin at all, so that's why it's matte. No shine, and then
so
you go
it's
to
like
eggshell.
a chalkboard.
Right, like the chalkboard.
Right.
And then you just increase the amount of resin to increase the sheen level.
Right.
Well, a lot of people rather the eggshell finish.
But
because it's not too shiny.
There are a few places in this country that will tell you satin and eggshell are the same.
No, it's not the same.
I have experienced that. So they will say, I want eggshell. It's the same.
No.
Because that's what they have.
Nah, it's not the same.
And they would say, and I would say, it's not. Yes, it is.
No, it's not the same.
And then at that point, they say, I'm not fighting with you.
They have about 4 to 5 sheen levels. Well, they start at matte. Matte and flat is actually the same thing. When matte's supposed to be flatter than matte.
Yeah.
Right.
You know that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you go with the eggshell. Then you have satin.
Yeah.
Then semi.
Okay.
Semi what?
Semi-gloss.
Okay, right.
Then you have gloss.
Right.
Okay.
And you have high gloss.
Right. And high gloss is not oil paint.
No, not necessarily.
Right.
You have water-based high gloss paints
And you get that
but it's real
colors.
shiny.
Right.
You would get like light neutral tones.
So do we
it's super
have
shiny.
an example locally of a high gloss paint finish?
Locally, you'll find out on more of them, them like around the Savannah, those old buildings. On the wooden structures, they use a lot of high gloss on the wooden structures.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the oil-based high gloss.
High
Okay.
gloss.
Yeah.
Okay.
The oil
Okay.
more or less preserve the wooden.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of us use oil paints for our gates and these different things.
Okay.
But
Okay.
then, but then there's a difference because it's not the same oil paint that you're using in a regular interior.
And then you have the water-based enamels for metal now too. So the oil on your gate and thing long, that's long time thing.
But
That
even that's a whole different conversation because enamel paint.
Mm-hmm.
Some people would just use oil paint. You don't know that. I mean, I learned this from you talking about a metal to metal paint. And
water-based enamel.
Water-based,
That's right.
right.
It operates like an oil paint, but it's water-based. So you can wash up your hands pretty easily, wash out your tools pretty easily instead of soaking it in thinners and all this kind of thing. There's a new trend, and
when
it's not
we were
as
growing
hazardous.
up- Remember when we were growing up? Mommy sent you by the hardware and you just choose just a paint from
Yeah.
the hardware.
Yeah.
And about a quarter turpentine, they circle it.
Right.
And you soak your brush whole day, your brush soaking. A long time thing.
Things
Yeah,
have
do that.
evolved. Everything has evolved.
Yeah.
Look at roof coat. We do a lot of roof coatings. We don't use oil paint on roof at all.
So you use a water-based
Use a water-based enamel, yeah.
paint.
And that lasts.
I mean, that thing going in place.
Wow.
Once you prep properly, then you know.
Okay.
Preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation.
Key to success.
Preparation.
The key to success.
What's the old saying? If you
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
to fail.
Better feel, my brother.
Yes, you understand?
Yes, buddy.
We don't understand this. What is with the shortcuts? What is with the
Shortcut
shortcuts?
the skill since I small, I know that.
What is with the shortcuts?
Shortcut
Because
the skill.
that perfect example taking us into the finish of a wall when you do not prepare this wall. Okay, you hire a painter. He tells you, yes, Miss Gray, I know what we're doing. All right, we're going to handle this for you. He primes your wall. You prime it in a white paint, etc. And you go and you spend plenty of money buying your gallons of paint.
Yeah.
Your nice, expensive, pretty paint.
Mr. Paint.
You understand?
Mr. Pace.
Mr. Paint.
And you come from work, you look up all of the imperfections on the wall. You've seen it. It literally looking like a sheer garment, and you're seeing
All the secrets.
all your secrets. You understand? And you want to know, well, what is this?
Because you hire somebody to fix it.
You understand? And he can't tell you because he did his job. But he did not prepare the wall. He didn't render the wall. Every time Jason talks about painting, he mentions rendering the wall.
Yeah.
Because
That's
you have
absolutely
to-
necessary.
You have to apply, is it what, like a sparkling? Is it a mud?
But if you are
Like-
sparkling or internal compound, external compound.
Yeah, and you rub that, ensure
Yeah.
you get a smooth look on the wall.
Right.
Like I've seen my neighbors, they're putting up a building there. They roll their first coat of the actual color.
Right.
Then you're seeing some veins because they they probably apply the external compound, let it settle, rub it out, and then paint it. So now you have a smooth finish.
Right.
Nice modded, smooth
Everything.
surface.
So what is the problem? Why these fellas don't do this? Like
You see,
I don't understand.
I'll tell you a trick. My team does. They call it macroing.
Well, you know we love to do that in the
Of course.
Caribbean, eh?
So we have a new project, blank canvas. We require tinted primers, which is called, they call it P1, P2, P3, I think it's P, up to P6. So you put a little black in the primer, you create it in grey.
Yeah.
You use that as a base. That will automatically highlight all the flaws.
Okay.
Simple.
Okay.
Without you having to
Yeah.
macro. So you use a P-shade primer, you prime your surface, then you render.
Okay.
You apply whether it be exterior, compound, whatever. You apply probably sometimes 2 coats, maybe required depending on the condition of the surface. You sand, you prime again, then you paint. Problem solved. It's simple. But this comes with experience and the technical background.
I guess some people, well, again, some people lack the experience, but also I guess some people are counting costs because we don't like to plan, but we also seem to get really obsessed with trying to save or get a deal.
Yeah, you
or
could get a deal
something.
by be praying to fail.
Right.
I mean, not every dollar that we try to save
Nah.
is going to work out in that way.
Yeah.
Because we literally, yes, we understand we work on budgets. We want to ensure that we're not eating dry bread and
When you need come and think, no problem.
and stressing. You understand?
No problem.
But when it comes to the investment,
Yeah.
painting is an investment.
Of course, it's your house
Painting is an investment.
or your business space or whatever is an
First and
investment.
foremost, you spend plenty of money acquiring that property.
The property.
Yeah.
So you should invest in your paint. You should understand why we are telling you to do X, Y, and Z. Understand that we're not trying to dig out your eye as our local.
Exactly, our local
saying.
In local parlance.
But we are giving you that information, we are teaching you. And again, that's another reason why we have the Interior Podcast. Because we want to help people understand there are ways to do certain things.
Yeah.
There are good ways to do certain things.
And then there are bad ways.
There are bad ways.
Yeah, the bad ones, yeah.
Things cost money. Everything
Everything is a cost.
Yeah.
Everything is a cost.
In construction, every single thing
Everything is a cost.
Trust
Especially now since the pandemic, everything has risen.
Nah,
Prices have
skyrocketed.
Gone. The prices have gone up by what?
Paint prices increase twice in a year. It's usually once every year.
I did
So
not
most
know
of
that.
wow. So most of your clients are residential or business?
Plenty commercial.
Plenty commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of commercial.
Which makes sense to me because I feel
course.
like residential people don't know the intricacies of paint and all of that, but it does sound like they
It's
can
always
benefit.
that's simple, man. That's
Yeah.
a simple
when they
fix.
get into it, they realize it's not simple.
Yeah. Everything is
It's a process.
all you have to do is, and it comes back to touch up. Our touch up culture. Everything is, oh, we could just do that, and
Nah.
we could just do that. And no, there's literal science behind this.
Yeah.
And again, coming back to interior design is a science.
Yeah.
Everybody feel like they do interior design, not me.
Not me either.
I didn't knock for that boy.
There's a perfect way, Jason.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for the tea bag. Don't worry about the name.
But this is a letter from one of our listeners asking us for some advice. So
Well,
time now.
It seems to be a double whammy. Yes, 2 questions.
Oh, 2 tea bags.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Wow.
So hey, Darren and Sweetie. Stafford.
My apologies.
Stafford from South. Congrats on the launch of the podcast. Thank you,
Thank
Stafford. You're a sweetheart. Also, thank you for bringing Annie on the last episode because man's needed the help and she came through.
We're happy to have help. We're happy. So we hope people are not killing plants anymore.
Yes.
And of course, if you remember, Annie said call her. Annie said to message her.
And the funny thing is, the question came from Kelsey, but it benefited Stephen. So Stephen, I hope your Monstera is doing fine and all your other plants are doing fine. But anyway, his questions are, what's the best and safest method for storing paint at home if storage is limited? So let's ask that question first.
Very, very simple.
How simple?
Blue waters, the 2 liters. Pour your paint into that. Seal it, problem solved.
Oh,
Because if
really?
you lock in storage, you might it'll have much coverings and that kind of thing, like a garage, just so your paint.
Yes.
Once your paint can get in constant water, that's it.
Right.
Within the space of, let me say, 2 to 3 months, it becomes porous. Right? So the rain or whatever, water will get into the paint and the contents spoil.
Okay.
So once you pour them into the plastic containers, you can leave it anyway, and you're good to go.
Oh, good.
Seal it properly, make sure
Yes.
you seal properly. If you,
Yes.
but if you want to put like a plastic first and then put the cap on top of it
To create that
to
seal.
create like an air seal, that's it. You got to go there. Simple, simple.
No. So a regular plastic container.
And a nice big 2 liter bottle, you pour that in there and you seal that bomb and that's it.
Wow.
And
Problem
you know
solved.
we like to have plastic
We
containers
love-
all
Yeah,
over the
we
place,
love
especially
simple.
once it's big.
Simple.
You know? Okay, great. Well, very simple. Stephen, you hear that? Get your Blue Waters bottle or whatever and
Yeah.
store your paint in that. Exactly. So Stephen also painted his bedroom walls, and 3 months in, I'm seeing bubbles on the wall. What's causing that? So that seems to be a big problem.
Did he mud the wall? That is the question. If you mud the wall internally and you didn't seal it after you mud, because remember you're really supposed to sandwich compound, right? So you prime,
Yeah.
you mud, you prime again. If you didn't do the second prime, you could get bubbles. Because remember your room locked up majority of the day. I don't know if you have windows open and that kind of thing, so you will get bubbles.
So it's not necessarily moisture from outside.
No.
Any of these different things.
Not necessarily. The internal bubbles
So
are not.
again, it's preparation.
preparation.
Wow. And there are
It
some
was
people.
really bubble and they had to be mudded. Most likely it was mudded, that's why you're getting bubbling.
Wow.
And it wasn't sealed properly.
But there's some
Right.
people, I know some people, first thing they think, God, I have water problems.
No,
I have,
not really.
Yes.
Something is happening on the outside.
mean, that's
When
what
you have
it sounds
water
like to
problems,
me.
it starts from the bottom.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Most times it starts from the bottom. Come on.
Okay.
So if it's just
Yeah.
in the middle of the wall,
Then
Middle
it's
of
not.
the wall,
It's probably not.
It's not a leak. It's not a moisture problem.
In the
It's-
middle of the wall, alright, if you have like an apartment like this, Let me say you have your apartment locked up majority of the time. You
Yes.
travel a lot.
Yes.
You come back home, you see some lines on your wall, like watermarks.
Yeah.
That's because the place locked up, it creates a kind of humid environment. You get those streaks, they call that surfactant and leaching.
Okay.
It's not really how much that you see, but it has to do with the temperature of the room and the constant, no windows opening and that kind of thing.
So
You
it's
see a lot
not
of streaks on your wall,
circulating.
yeah.
You're right.
It's surfactant
I
leaching.
see that in my bedroom because I no longer open the windows because I can't breathe if the windows open.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Sahara.
that's a good. Okay, understood.
Yeah, it's free advice there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's why we have you on the show, Jason. That's why we have you
interesting.
on the episode.
That's very interesting. I did not.
And a lot of people
Think about
complain about the bubbling.
Mm-hmm.
So
The first thing they
that's an
think,
important thing.
literally, the first thing they think is moisture issues
Yeah.
or a piper's burst or something.
No, that's an next problem
Oh, wow.
by itself.
Hey, Jason. So, what's brewing? This is our what's brewing segment. So, what are your favorite design trends? What are because trends are fleeting.
Yeah. What's
But
happening in paint?
What's happening in paint? What do you like? What are you seeing that might stick around, or you encourage people to use or to
Right.
do, and these different things?
I'm seeing a lot of stucco finishes as of recent.
Okay. And
And
stucco
That's
is what-
Abidjan thing, eh?
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just like using the limestone
yeah.
sort of finish.
Yeah, a
and
lot of
that sort
texture
thing.
finishes are in style right now.
Okay, so like stucco specifically, what is, if you have to define stucco finish, what is that?
It's basically like paint with silica sand, but different grades of silica sand.
Uh-huh.
So you have like fine, medium, coarse. And you trowel it
So
on.
it looks like a piece or something.
It
where you
looks
put
like
it
a
on.
sort of paste here.
Okay.
It looks like a sort of paste with
You
a
get
texture.
like
With a
peaks and
texture.
things.
With a texture. They're
Yeah.
like prickly. It's a flat
Yeah.
thing, but they're getting
Okay.
little textures and things. You see
Okay.
a lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
a
this
lot
is
of that.
more, you will see this more in Barbados.
We have it a lot here too. A lot of the mosque, the mosque and them have a lot of the texture finishes. Pennywise Plaza in
In Endeavour.
Chabonas,
the whole
yes.
compound is stucco.
So what's the
Okay.
benefit? What's the benefit of that versus paint?
You don't need a prime.
Okay.
So if you have a new property, you don't need a prime. You're saving hundreds on primer.
Is it that you
stucco
have
goes straight
paint
to
in, this,
the
in the
yeah, because it's a latex based product.
okay.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
latex based product. So going straight to concrete, no primer required.
Wow.
Good.
Oh,
And it
what about
lasts
the
long.
labor?
Yeah,
Is it labor intensive?
yes, it's labor intensive and
And it will cost.
yeah, so you get paid between $10 to $15, $19 a square foot to have like average.
And this is just application. We're not talking about adding the paint to purchase.
Nah.
All the stucco
You gotta
mix
buy
and these
material
things.
separate. Yeah.
Right, you all hear that, right?
So you get like from one bucket, you can get like about 150 square feet coverage. So the square feet isn't the coverage
These
isn't
references
much.
isn't much. Okay.
So it's a little heavy, but it's nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
You're
It's
paying,
sexy.
you're paying for the sexiness.
Yeah,
It's not coming for
Come
free.
on. It is pay. You gotta pay. You gotta pay.
But now that you've told us what you like, time now for No Tea, No Shade. This is where you tell us what you absolutely despise in painting. And if you had a magic wand, what you would abracadabra and make whoosh
I
disappear.
hate the climb scaffolding.
You know what? Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah,
Same.
I don't know if it's because I'm a bad knees or what, but hate the climb scaffolding.
Is it that you
I'm not
prefer,
scared.
like,
I'm
a
not scared of
man
heights.
lift? You
Yeah.
prefer a man lift,
Yeah.
but then how do we incorporate that into a client's cost?
That's the next thing.
Because scaffolding is already pricey.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't like the scaffolding. A man lift, we could raise you, we could bring you back.
Up down.
Up, down.
But I'm more commercial.
But then
It's more commercial.
That's not residential.
No. Hardly unless I have a big
kind
ass
of cost you're
mansion.
putting in there for
Yeah.
the rental per day for a
No,
man.
it's like about $4,000-5,000 a day.
Ooh.
Average. $30.
And scaffolding is like painting your house every year.
If it's pipe scaffolding, you use a pipe
It's like
scaffolding, it's big
Christmas.
money. If it's trim cheap.
It's
But
like
pipe
Christmas
scaffolding is
thing.
big money. But the actually dismantling a scaffold, oh boy.
Yeah.
Me alone.
So we don't save anything.
Alright.
Okay.
Say about that. Not double.
Wow.
You know?
Ooh, Lord.
You learn something again,
Well, like, I feel like my brain is full because
And he's the designer.
there's a
so
lot.
it's-
Exactly.
Yeah, so
So-
there's a lot more that I have learned. I mean, life is a learning experience, and painting is not my expertise, my niche. So I
Yeah.
would call Jason and ask these random questions all the time.
Yeah.
And there's places to learn, and this is why. So like again, my pet peeve is people who feel they know everything.
You see that? I can't take that.
They do it.
I can't take
So
that.
I am happy to
wanna see this
learn.
black
and
hole.
I have a go-to person.
Yeah.
If I get a little too iffy,
Yeah.
the man who I train on that is just one phone call away. I haven't called him in years, but just one phone call away.
Yeah.
You can't know
You
everything.
need to. I think one of the best things that I've developed is understanding that I can talk to people and
Of course.
ask people for information.
Of course.
You know. So yeah, it's you can't know everything.
No, not at all.
Your life experience dictates that. I'm just really intrigued by this Black House, and we definitely
Right.
need you to.
But
sign
listen,
us.
I will give you an update in about 2 months' time. Because we're gonna do it over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
really?
you know
Yes.
constructed the boundary walls and everything in the road and I'm gonna
Yes.
block out everything.
That
Okay.
is crazy. I can't wait to see that because I'm
Sometime,
sure that
let's
must
see.
be so
And what
stunning.
kill it too is this landscaping.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
This client sounds like a client that is a dream to work with.
Nah,
they
that's
understand
my
design.
personal friend. I like my brother.
No, but good.
He's let me
though.
do what I want. He's let me do what I want. Anything. He
That's
just let me do what I want.
nice. That's really, really
But that
nice.
black house cause I seen.
I would imagine so.
He definitely has to let us share, images
It's on
on our page.
IG page.
We will check it out and we will put a link to that.
Yeah, people need
But
to see
talking
that.
about your IG page, tell us tell
They
the
can find
folks
you.
where they can find you, please.
I am TikToking.
Ups.
What's my TikTok name?
What?
Extreme Painted LTD?
I think it's Extreme Painted.
Extreme
yeah.
Painted. Nah, I love TikTok. Because TikTok loves content.
Yes.
And you had to give them content.
Yes.
You understand? And then you start to see your views going crazy. I like TikTok.
I'm sure your views are ridiculous.
I like TikTok.
Because you got on camera. For sure.
And
Very
Instagram,
engaging.
I think it's Extreme Painting.
Extreme
LTD
Painted.
on Instagram.
LTD
Yeah.
on Instagram.
You can find me right
Same
there.
Same on Facebook.
Same thing on Facebook, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really Facebook in these days, but Instagram and TikTok.
Those are the hotter media.
Yeah.
I
to
like
be
how he
honest.
says Facebooking.
Yeah.
I like how these things become these nouns become verbs in Trinidad.
Of course.
You know?
You verbalize everything.
Hear me? TikToking, Facebooking,
Wow.
tweeting.
You
Twittering.
tweet at all?
Yeah, you have to.
I don't
Jason,
tweet, boy.
I mean, this has been a hell of an episode. This
This
has
is-
been an
Yeah, man.
educational episode.
This brew has been extremely strong.
This has
Because
been
Extreme
extremely
Painting,
strong.
come on!
Look at us. Look at us.
This brew has been extremely
Wow.
strong.
Nah, thanks
We
for
have
having me,
learned
man.
a lot.
Perfect.
You have me, I'm definitely jumping onto your Instagram to mind your business.
Nice, take a peep.
It's fantastic.
Take a peep.
And we truly appreciate you for
That's not a problem
taking
at all.
time out of your busy schedule to be here with
Of
us
course.
as we spill
Ducking
the
phone
tea.
calls.
Right? Yes,
Wow,
ducking
my phone
phone
vibrating, been
calls.
vibrating.
Yeah,
Yes, I have
yeah.
a little scene to fix on our job right now.
Thank
Small
you.
You see, so as he leaves here, he has to head back to another job. So again, we thank you so
correct.
much for being a part of the Interior
No problem.
Podcast.
Jason, it's been a
Excellent
pleasure.
team. I love this team.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we love ourselves too.
I love the brew.
And we love you.
I love the brew.
Thank you. Thank you. All right,
So-
Jason.
Jason, thank you so much for joining us.
No
It's been a
problem.
pleasure. We will
So-
be monitoring all the stuff that you're doing and definitely go check out Extreme Painting
course.
LTD
LTD, yes.
on Instagram
On
and
socials.
TikTok
That's
and
right.
also Facebook.
Yes. All
No
right.
problem.
See you all.
Take
That's
care.
it.
You can listen to the Interior Podcast on Apple Podcasts,
Spotify
SoundCloud.
and all other streaming platforms.
You can follow us on social media on Instagram.
Yes, and even Facebook at The Interior Podcast.
Go ahead and follow us now.
Thank you.